Okay. Hello, beautiful people. This is your girl, Dawn Patrice, with another episode of A Dose of Dawn. So, you already know what time it is. I am here just to inspire transparent conversations with people having purposeful dialogue, shall I say. And today, I'm super excited to introduce Tashiana, and we actually met on social media. So, as I always say, purposeful connections and how you utilize social media is just be intentional about it. So anyway, she's going to talk to us about her brand, how she got started, and just a little bit about herself, and we're just going to vibe and have a good time. So let me add her on in. Hey girl, hey.
Hey, hey, how are you?
I am wonderfully well. How about yourself?
I'm well.
Very good, very good. So introduce yourself to the people.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Tashiana. I'm owner of Ray Lewis and I specialize in fashion consulting and also fashion illustrating. And I'm located in Atlanta.
Located in Atlanta. What's Ray Lewis?
Ray Lewis is basically a fashion house, and my name actually comes from my middle name, which is Ray Lewis, and my mom's name, which is Louise. So I cut half of Ray and made it, Ray, and then I cut the E off of Louise and I did Lewis.
That's
So
cool.
yeah.
Creative. Let me go back before we dive into that. Like I was saying in the
Yeah.
intro, having purposeful connections, I'm very, very big on that because you never know who's who, and building great relationships. So you and we've actually never met in person, but
Yep.
we've been following each other. And I don't even remember how long it's been, but who follow who first? I don't know. I don't care, but
Ooh,
we just
wow.
I don't know. We just found each other and have been connected since then, really.
Yeah, I actually don't even know how I came across your page. I really don't know. I feel like you posted something that related to me, and
Mm.
I like that, and I liked it, and then I started following you ever since then.
Yeah, and that's cool because when people follow me, some people have this thing where they want to follow someone back, and I don't know what's that all about. Like they try to
Right.
keep us, yeah, whatever. But when you did follow, I'm sure I looked at your page, was like, okay, she got some positive stuff going on here,
Hmm.
positive mindset, and that's what definitely has kept us connected because we really be in the DMs. Hey, love, how you doing? Like check-ins and
Look, it's
everything.
all about sisterhood, okay?
Right. Seriously, seriously, seriously. With Ray Lewis, do you incorporate sisterhood in your business?
Always, always. I do it when I'm doing events. I do it when I'm speaking about my podcast. Even like outside, I have like outside of just like Ray Lewis, I have like four female like best friends that I've been friends with since like childhood, literally like seventh grade. And
Yes.
I just try to practice it more because I feel as if like sometimes as women we can be so disconnected. You know what I'm saying? It's always like it has to be like a competition thing, and I'm like,
Right.
no, it doesn't have to be that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I try to build that also within my brand as well.
What events do you host? Because you mentioned events with your sisterhood.
Um, Say it again.
No, I said you mentioned sisterhood when you said events. So I was just curious to know what events that you hosted.
Okay, well, a lot of the events that I like to do, well, I started off doing events when I was maybe like 16 years old. That's actually how everything started off for real. Like my first job was me being actually an event coordinator. And
Sweet.
then yeah, and then I got like my actual like first like fine dining like event coordinating job. And then
Uh-huh.
outside of that, like with Ray Lewis, I try to do maybe like a table of maybe like 6 to 10 women who all has like a purpose. And like
Yes.
every I feel as if I'm not gonna say it like that. Everyone has a purpose. I don't
I
want
got
nobody
what
to
you
take it
were
the wrong
saying.
way.
Yeah.
Everyone has a purpose, okay? But women who connect and they bond together, or who I feel as if they can connect together and network with each other. I do like a lunching or a small dinner, and like we all just get together and just talk about life.
I love
For real.
that. I love that. And I do
Yeah.
remember you reached out to me at a point and mentioned that. So I will participate very soon when you have your next one for sure.
Look, when we all ready, we all are ready.
Right, right. I saw you had, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I saw you had a webinar. What was that webinar about?
Well, the webinar that I did recently was called Finding My Purpose. And actually, I feel as if like that's going to be the name of majority of all the webinars is going to be like ongoing.
Yeah.
But it's about just finding my purpose. Like I said before, I think that everybody has a reason to figure out what it is that they want to do in life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of us, we try to compare our purpose to the next person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, that's not how you're going to be able to figure it. You're not going to figure it out following somebody else's shoes. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Even if like you try to, you're going to always go back a couple of steps instead of going forward.
Right.
So that's really what the webinar was about, was just like figuring out your inner self, you know what I'm saying? And don't go after what somebody else is doing.
Exactly. And that is a mouthful right there, because especially with social media, we can easily compare ourselves to what someone else is doing in their journey, thinking or comparing like, okay, well, they're doing this, I should be doing this too. It's like, no, what's for you is for you. Your purpose is your God-given purpose from birth. It's just a matter of discovering what that is. How do you all, like, say if a woman is coming to the event and she doesn't know what her purpose is, like what maybe 2 things, 3 things you would tell her to help her like discover like what your purpose could possibly be?
For one, I'll tell her that she's beautiful, because it's not coming off. A lot of people think that when a person tell them that they're beautiful, they're flirting with them. No.
Right.
That's
Right.
no.
Especially in Atlanta.
Right. When I tell somebody, oh, they're beautiful, that means like, oh, you have a beautiful spirit. You know what I'm saying? And believe it or not, also when I tell a person they're beautiful, I tell them that because a lot of people don't get to hear that a lot.
That's true. That's real.
You know what
That's
I'm saying?
real.
Yeah. So like, first of all, when I first tell them, I tell them they're beautiful. Secondly, when it comes to them finding their purpose, I talk to them one-on-one and I ask them, what are your triggers? Everyone has a trigger. It took me a long time to figure out what my trigger was. You know what I'm saying? But I had to figure it out. I had to overcome it. And then I also had to remove myself from that trigger. A lot of people think that, let's say, for instance, let's say you working at this job, and you don't like going to this job is pissing you off every day. You just completely upset, you're angry, whatever the case is. A lot of people do it because of the money.
Right.
However, they don't know that a part of their trigger is that job. So they have to think that, they have to put themselves to the side for a second and be like, yo, it's not about the money. It's the people. It's the environment. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So the first thing I tell them is they're beautiful. The second one I tell them is that they got to figure out what triggers them. And then the third thing is, oh my gosh, it's so much. And then the third thing, when it comes to finding their purpose, I would tell them, what was the last thing they read? I would ask them, what was the last thing you read? Everybody needs to read every day. And a lot of people are like, oh, I ain't read nothing. You got to read something in order for your brain to keep on going, right?
To be stimulated, right?
Whether it's, I'm not talking about reading something on social media. That's not what
Right.
Talking about. We're talking about something like, hold on, I have a book right here.
Okay.
Sorry. I have a book right here that I'm currently reading right now.
I see purpose in the middle. I can't see what that small part is at the top.
It's called The Story of Purpose, The Path of Creating a Brighter Brand, a Greater Company, and a Lasting Legacy.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is by
good.
Joey Ryman. Joewreiman. He's the
That
author.
Bryman.
Mm-hmm. And it's a really, really good book. I actually thought that I wasn't gonna like the book because just because it says purpose on there don't mean I'm gonna like it. But I picked it up and I actually really, really enjoy it because he talks to you actually like he's next to you. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? And it's just not like a person that's just saying whatever they want to say and put it on the book to sell it. So I really like it. I really like the book. It's really good.
Put it in the chat so whoever comes in they can see that book and hopefully be inspired in discovering their purpose if they already have not. So you said telling someone that they're beautiful, then recognizing what triggers that they have, and then asking them if they've read a book.
Mm-hmm.
So from the trigger, will that help them like figure out, okay, this is what I do or what I don't want to do, to kind of like a process of elimination for them? You froze on my end if you heard me. Frozen. You frozen. Frozen. Mm, 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 mm. It looks like, okay. All right, I'm gonna request you back. It's all to the GOOD good. She's back.
I don't know what happened.
You was typing and just was, I was like, she's frozen. She's frozen. But I was saying, in discovering one's purpose, you stated you'll tell a woman that she's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You will ask what her triggers are.
Mm-hmm.
And then ask her, what books has she read lately?
Mm-hmm.
I get you're beautiful. So with the figuring out your triggers, are you asking that question for them to just figure out like, okay, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, to kind of do a process of elimination?
Well, it's definitely finish. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's definitely elimination. It's definitely that, but it's also what I think it is that when it comes to finding your purpose, we have to remove ourselves from certain situations. Because if you're still in the same situation, how do you expect yourself to overcome, and how are you going to figure out what you're supposed to do in this life, in during your journey? I'm gonna put it like that, like during your journey. You know what I'm saying? So if you have something that's holding you back, which is a trigger, you're not going to move forward. I have tried this numerous of times, where I remember when I was younger, one of my old best friends, my mom used to tell me when I was a little girl, she'd be like, you better watch that one.
Mothers know best.
Look, she'd be like, you better watch that one. I ain't know nothing what she was talking about. As we got older and I turned like in my 20s, mid-20s at the time, I was in my mid-20s at the time, I finally seen what she was talking about.
Wow.
Yeah, and it took me, I'm 31 right now. It took me until like maybe, I ended it in my mid-20s, but since it was such a long relationship over 15 years, I had to, first I identified from it, and then once I identified, I had to heal from it. Once I figured out what it was, that means I accepted that this person was a part of my trigger. And then once I accepted it, then, I had to, I started the podcast like I Am Me and stuff. And then I got it all out. And then I said, you know what, now it's time for me to heal myself. That means that anything dealing with this person, I have to get rid of it.
Right.
So whether it's a picture, whether it's a number, social media, whatever it is, I had to get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So like I say, it will hold you back.
Yeah. So but for you, it sounded like, because earlier you mentioned you did events like when you were 16. So you already had a creative like bone in your body.
Mm-hmm.
So during that time of that friendship, I don't know if it's friendship or relationship, were you more tunnel vision on that relationship that had you distracted from your own purpose?
I think that what it was more so, it was more so like some of the stupid decisions that I made. And
Yeah.
a lot of the stupid decisions that I made, it was with that person. It was
Okay.
never me being creative, because I never let anybody stop some of my goals that I had going on for myself. But every time I did something that was stupid, I had to sit back and be like, or every time I got into like a heated altercation, not even dealing with that person, but let's say if it's a group of us,
Yeah.
and you're like, let's say like you're on the phone and somebody call you, they're calling you because of what this person said.
Right.
So it was
Triggered. Your
triggered.
emotions are all involved.
Yeah, like it was just like constantly like different things that kept on involving this person. I just kept getting mad and mad and mad. And I was just like, oh, okay. I see where we at. And
Mm-hmm.
and I had to let them go.
So what I heard is sometimes being around, people that no longer serve a purpose in our life can hold you back from really the fulfillment and really focusing on your purpose and what needs to be done for you.
Right. Even if
Yeah.
you want them to still be there,
Yeah,
you
for
gotta let them
sure.
go. You gotta let them go.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually was speaking to someone recently, and I mean, literally echoing these same sentiments that we're saying. They were in relationship with someone to the point where once they finally said, "Okay, I'm done," then
Mm-hmm.
it was just like an overflow of blessings and abundance. But when you're
Mm-hmm.
focused on relationships that truthfully aren't meant for you,
Yeah.
relationships can be for a lesson to learn and grow from, but
Mm-hmm.
when you realize that it's not a lifelong, relationship, okay, you
Time to let it
gotta,
go.
yeah,
You gotta
yeah,
cut
for
the rope.
sure, for sure.
Yep.
What you say, cut it loose?
Yep. You gotta cut loose.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Now with the book, tell me about, okay, reading the book. How does that help? Just because I want to know. I'm very curious. That
Okay, so at first I did not like reading books.
okay.
No, at all.
It
I
was a pause for me. You did one of my numbers like, no, I'm serious. I need you to understand.
look,
I got you.
look at all. I did not like reading books, but if you want to run a business,
Mm-hmm. You
you
gotta
have to
read
do
this
a
book.
lot of research.
Yeah.
And when it comes with that, you're gonna go through all type of emotions. I
Mm.
had to I had to read books because of my business. I had to read books or whatever, because like I'm figuring myself out, like, and me reading books and hearing somebody else's voice helped me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And like I said, it's not like the books of the drama and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
self books or anything like that or whatever. It was more of what I needed. You know what I'm saying? I needed
Right.
to figure myself out. So why not find a book on my purpose? Like, I need to build my business. So why not find a book on building, let's say, the foundation of your business or something like that or whatever. So like I just had to I feel as if like it will help stimulate your mind.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? TV is not gonna help stimulate your mind.
Right.
Social media is not going to help stimulate your mind unless you find somebody or an influencer or somebody who can help you along the course. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like for me, it was books. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I always recommend everybody, is to find one, and it doesn't have to be like you need to read it, read it, read it, read it, read it. No, you can take it paragraph by paragraph by paragraph, because I understand like that's not something for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. And our busy lives, sometimes it's hard to, girl, I ain't even gonna lie. My friend, and if she see this, girl, I love you and I do love this book. But she gave me this book, Woman Evolve. It's a great book by Sarah Jakes. What's her
Mm-hmm.
name? Roberts. But I find myself like I read a chapter, like I'm on chapter 7. I've been on chapter 7 for the last 3, 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you really gotta set a schedule to just read.
Right.
Just read.
Yep.
So I feel you on that. So I'm curious to know, when did you fall in love with fashion?
Oh man, I always loved fashion since I was um I started loving it when I was like 17, but then I graduated, let me see. I got to go back and count.
Back
My,
down
my
memory
my
lane.
sister was graduating. My sister was graduating. She was 18, so I had to be like 24 and no, yeah, about 24, 23, 24, and she had to go to prom. And
Okay.
her dress did not come in time. And I had to her dress did not come in time, girl. And I had to hurry up and like get her dress together and put these stones on there and like do her hair and then get her shoes. Like it was just like so much stuff like I had to do. And ever since then, I fell in love with just like fashion. I mean, I was always a girl in like the heels and the jackets and going through the hair
Fly.
phases and stuff. Yeah. But like I really started liking fashion at that moment because like it was like a different like feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then ever since then, like I stayed with it.
So did her, when you say her dress, it did not come in, or did you have to sew her a dress? Like what?
No, her dress. Okay, so her dress didn't come in. What happened? Okay, her dress didn't come in, and I had to find a dress.
Okay.
So I had found her like this plain dress around that time since it was like prom season. It was like literally that week. We could not find no dresses for her. And at the time, like she
Oh,
was like
wow.
at the time she was plus size. So I couldn't find like a dress for her. So I found her a plain dress. I went to Michael's, got all these different stones and like different crystals and like everything or whatever that I could think of that I knew that she would like. Her dress was like this pretty like like it was it's not what color it was like lavender. It was like a rose, like a
Rose
rose,
gold.
like a rose. No, it was like a rose pink. It was
Oh,
beautiful.
ooh, yeah.
It
That
was like a
sounds
rose
beautiful.
pink, girl. Yes, and I put like these silver and gold crystals on there,
Yeah.
and I took my time with it because then her dress was like it had like all these different like it had like silk textures on there, and you know once you get glue on silk,
It's a wrap.
it's a wrap. It's a complete wrap. So I took
Yeah.
these stones and I like put it on there. Like I took my time with it because like I said, I had a week, and then we found her some shoes, and yeah,
So did you teach yourself how to sew? Like how did you? Cause I
yeah,
know. Oh wow. So you're self-taught.
yeah. So I never went to school for fashion. I went to school for culinary arts. I never went to
Oh
school.
wow.
Yeah, I
So
never.
you're really a creative. Like whether it's culinary,
Hmm.
art, fashion, illustration, like you're a whole creative.
Yeah, I see everything the same. Like I don't know, it's kind of weird when I explain it to people. Like, hold on, let's go back before I get on the culinary thing. What was you
Mm-mm,
saying
don't
first?
push you.
Oh,
Huh?
okay. I kind of see everything the same a little bit, like with culinary, and then with fashion. For me, with food, it's about textures, color,
Mm-hmm.
color.
Mm-hmm.
With fashion, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Colors, patterns, textures. Either
Only
you
thing
like
with
it or you
food is the
don't.
taste.
That's the only difference. That's
Yeah.
the only difference. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I guess I can say I'm pretty good with my hands. And yes, I'm
Pretty
self-taught.
good. You're damn good with your hands. Yes.
Yeah, it gets on my nerves sometimes.
Why so?
Because sometimes I be wanting somebody else to do it for me. But then once I have somebody else do it for me, it don't go right. And I'm just like, I should have did it myself in the first place.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So it's a contradicting type of thing.
Would you say you're anal in that aspect because you want it like, I don't know if you're into like it has to be perfect or just like just gotta be just right.
Sorry if you hear noise. I'm in the city. Like I'm
It's
right
okay.
next to the window.
Because I thought you probably heard my ice maker.
Oh no, no.
It's not
But
good.
I would say I can be a person. I think it's a little bit of both. I
It
think
depends.
yeah, I think it's a little bit of yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. Like sometimes it has to be perfect. Like why would you not want it to be perfect? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I feel like with myself,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not. But when I'm dealing with a client, I want it to be as perfect, and I want
It's
everything to
possible.
go
Yeah.
right. You know what I'm saying? Because you want that client to come back. So,
Right.
so
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not too hard on myself though.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's really good to hear. I've learned that in the recent years, even my friends have helped me to identify being more gentle to myself because I
Mm-hmm.
get real hard on myself. Like, oh, it got to be this way. I got to do it. It's like, girl,
Mm-hmm.
everything is what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
You do your part as long as you do your best. All is well. And because I know I'm doing my best, okay, it is what it is.
That's true.
Yep. So I've learned to really, especially in this season, I've learned to really just, as I say, I'm just floating in life, just floating.
That's good.
Yeah, just gliding on through, just because of my perspective and experiences now. So all is well. That's all I can say. All is well.
Yeah. It's real good. It's supposed to be like that. It's a good thing
Right.
that you're learning that though. You getting it.
Mhm. Absolutely, absolutely. And I try, not try, because I don't like saying try, but when I encounter people, I'm very intentional about that. Like
Mm-hmm.
being that example for other people to show them like you can do this too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all about perspective. It's all about mindset. And I
Right.
can see even with your post, I was like, I love your quotes. I love, love,
Oh,
love, love
thank
it because
you.
it's all about positivity and high vibration. And some
Mm-hmm.
people, it's really hard for them to be positive in this
Mm-hmm.
chaotic world. But I see how intentional you are with your posts and how you show up in the world, even being gentle with yourself. Like, when I tell you, I pay attention to people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if I'm not, seeing you or have met you, but if I'm following you, like, I can tell, okay, well, oh, she's having a day where she just needed to relax. Oh, she's
Yeah.
writing in her journal with her. Like, I really follow people to really learn. And I
Yeah.
do that too. So, yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, boo.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Because, I mean, social media is what we make it. And I'm so intentional about who I follow. Like, it's
You're
very,
supposed to
very
be.
positive. Go ahead.
I say you're supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah, it's very positive, funny, very, very funny. Business. So if we're gonna use it for the right thing and not for some mess.
Right. Because it's a lot of that, child.
Right, right. What? Go ahead, my love.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna ask you with Ray Lewis. You have your shop, or
Yeah.
excuse me, your studio. I'll own that. What made you even get a studio? Like, tell me about that process.
Oh man. Okay. So the process of that. So we were moving,
You
and
have a partner and
yes,
a business partner? Okay.
yes. So we were moving, and my stuff was taking over everything. And I was just like driving, and then I pulled over and I did just like a little research in my phone.
Uh-huh.
And I don't go on Craigslist. but I went on Craigslist or whatever just to see, what they had on there. And a studio
Yeah.
popped up. Two studios popped up. One happened to be on Old National, and then one was out in McDonough. And
Okay.
I was moving to the city.
Okay.
And I looked at the time, girl.
Like I'm not gonna be in the city to go all the way down south. Like that's not even an option.
Right. And the studio is only 12 minutes from my house. So
Oh, sweet.
yeah. So I was like, let me go see what this man's talking about. When I went to it, girl, there was no building for real. And like there was no walls, there was nothing. Yeah, I was literally right in the smack of construction. But he was like,
Oh wow.
yeah. He told me that the building was supposed to be done October 15th. I remember this because it was close
Oh,
to my
my birthday.
Your birthday's the 15th?
Yeah,
You're a Libra.
I am.
That's why we so sisters.
You a Libra too?
No, I'm on the cusp. My birthday's the 24th. So when I
Okay.
was born, I'm a Libra and a Scorpio. So I got.
Ooh, I heard.
Yeah.
Good vibration.
You
That's what's up.
too, though. You feisty.
And I am.
Yeah, you are. You can't fool me.
That's yeah. We can't help it if we try.
Okay. Look, okay. But I was moving. No, he said that it was going to be ready October 15th, and I had to move into my house like October like the 17th. The dates was like so close, and I was like, okay, I can do this. This must be perfect. So then after that, he asked me like how I want the rooms to look, and then I told him, and then he was like, oh, I can combine. It was supposed to be one room. But then he turned around and combined 3 rooms for me. So I have like 3 different like rooms all combined into one space. So then I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, you know what? This is a blessing. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead, and he stayed in my budget. I was like, you know what? It's time. It's time to take this risk. And I'm really big on, I sit back and I think whether something's going to be a good decision or a bad decision.
Right.
And with this one, I was like, it's time. It's time for you to like separate everything outside your home. And it's time for you to meet your clients, at your studio. And then I also wanted to create an establishment, not just for myself, but for other people who I know that's independent. And I could also look out for them as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just a blessing that everything literally came together within the same time.
I mean, seriously. I mean, not just the time, but the location, the commute. That's perfect.
Yeah, it was perfect. I was like, oh my gosh. And then what really made me really excited is like it's right there by the highway and by the airport. So I was like, perfect. I can do this. I can do this.
That's what's up. So if you're coming from 285, coming from 285 south, would you get off and make a left or right off on that?
Left.
Okay. So
it's
you gotta pass
right across the street. It's across the street from, what Grown Folks is?
Oh, you down there? Yeah.
I'm literally right, like literally when you look at Grown Folks that's on the right, I'm on the left. It's in like a little building complex.
Okay.
Nobody never pays attention to it.
I've been to the Grown Folks. Okay, so I'm very familiar. It's grown. It's old head. It's a whole vibe. It's a vibe for real. Are you from Atlanta?
I've been here since I was. You might as well say it because I've been here since I was 2. But originally, no, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay. Yeah, you just know you've definitely been here your entire life. If you went to Kentucky, you'd be like, where do I go?
Right.
That's cool. What side of town were you raised on?
East, more towards Margaret Road. I went to Reading High School.
Okay, so you further out Stone Mountain. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm from Decatur too, but I'm on like Ellenwood side. That's where I'm from. Okay. I went to Cedar Grove, then went to MLK. Graduated from MLK.
Okay, I know those schools.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So much in common.
Right, seriously, you would never know that from just our post. So that's cool. Like, this is so cool. I'm really, really glad we were able to connect. I want to make sure. Oh, your podcast. Tell me about your podcast. I am me.
Me, yes.
Yes, yes. Tell me about that.
So I named it I Am Me because I am me, you are you. He is he, she is who she is. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I named it I Am Me. But I Am Me started off with me. I used to work at this one. I'm not going to name it because I had signed a
Okay.
contract years ago, so I can't say the name. But
Okay.
but I used to work for this company, and the company just straight up like pissed me off, and I didn't want to call and vent to anybody. So there was a close by park that was where I was located, and I literally parked the car, got outside, and all I heard was like these birds, and these little birds. Normally, you know, when a bird is by you, whatever, they'll sit there, fly away. But there was these little, what the birds called, the red ones, cardinals.
Yes, yes, yes.
It was, yes, it was like a couple cardinals, maybe like 2 or 3 of them, like just sitting there where I was, and I literally found a podcast station and I pressed play. That's how I Am Me started. And once that happened, I published it. I didn't edit it. I didn't do anything. I was just like, I just published it. And then like after I published it, I got a couple of comments that was like, I really like this. This is not script or anything. Like, you just being your authentic self and you just saying
Yes.
how you feel. So then after that, I said, you know what? I Am Me is going to be my personal diary, and I'm going to say how I feel, and I'm going to get it off because I know these feelings that I'm having and these thoughts that's going on in my mind. I'm not the only person that's having these issues.
Right.
So how about I say it to the world, and if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. But this is my diary.
I know that's right. Where did you post it? Where did you post it at when you first started? Did you sign up with Anchor? Buzz?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I first started was Anchor because Anchor's free.
Yeah.
So
Right.
look, I'm gonna be truthful.
No, real. That's real.
And I started with Anchor, and then after Anchor, I started developing it through Wix because my partner has a studio. So now I actually go in the studio. I still don't really do too much like editing or anything. I still try to be like myself. So I just want it to be a little clear so they can understand what I'm saying.
The sound.
Yeah, the sound. And then I publish it on my website.
That is awesome. I didn't know Wix had the capability of doing that. I thought I had
it's amazing when you can like play with different things. Yeah. Just download it on your phone and then just transfer it to the website. But transfer it to your laptop first. Then transfer it to Wix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have an iPhone?
Yep.
Okay.
You have Android?
Yeah. Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that. I already knew what was coming. I already know because I'm in the process, and just like you said earlier, when it comes to business, researching, and there's been a lot of things in motion going on with me where it's been on my to-do list, but I just haven't executed it yet. But researching, I started it, but figuring out what platform so I can stream the podcast on. Because luckily, I actually have 2 phones now because I still want to do, the not face to face, but the virtual as well as the audio. So just figuring out what platform will be best for me. And like you said, sound quality, even researching, getting a mic, so it can be clear. But then I'm thinking, okay, well, with my guests, will they be clear? So it's a process, but I can say When I tell you, I don't really worry. I just have this mindset. I'll figure it out, and when it's
Yeah.
time, it will happen. That's it.
Yeah, that's because you have no choice but to figure it out, no matter what the situation may be. So it's like,
Yep.
why even stress about it? I'm the oldest of 5 girls, so like I tell them that all the time. I be like, what you stressing for?
Yeah.
No, you have to get it done anyway. So
Yeah.
it's okay to be mad, but you're gonna overcome that.
Yep. Don't stay in the madness.
Right,
Feel whatever
right.
you feel, process that and move forward. And that's literally how I feel about not just, the podcast, but just with life. Just figure it out.
Yeah, that's
All will be
good.
well. Mhm. It's
That's
been a
good.
long time coming. I've actually had this mindset of always knowing, but accepting that you don't know when things are going to happen, but you
Hmm.
believe it, even in the midst of the ebb and flows in life. Just all will be well. Go
Yeah.
through it. Matter of fact, a friend of mine, her mom, because I started a event called I Am Because She Is, which
Hmm.
stems from my mother and I, our relationship, and who I am is because of her. I got a little old soul, and she taught me a lot because I'm an only child. And one of the ladies that I interviewed, one of the mothers, because I interview mothers and daughters,
Okay.
and one of the moms, she was like, "You don't go through things, you grow through it." So I
Yeah.
had that mindset now, just like I'm just gonna grow through it. Like I'm
Yeah.
learning, I'm really learning.
Yeah. That's good. That's amazing. That's good advice.
Yes,
I'm gonna take
yes,
that with me myself.
right, right, right. Well, my love, I have enjoyed chatting with you and getting to know you. Like, I'm really excited that I'm finally able to see you and talk to you besides
Right.
DMs. Okay, how are you? How's everything been going? Which I think has been the most beautiful exchange of energy virtually in itself. So this is just the icing and cherry on top for me personally to meet you.
Look, always. We can always
Right.
connect. Always. Are you here in Atlanta?
I am. I'm
Okay.
going right
Okay. So you
here.
still here. You still here. Okay.
Like I'm really not far from your studio.
Okay. So yeah, we'll talk about that
Yeah, offline.
and
Yeah,
link
yeah.
up sometime.
For real,
Now that
for
we
real.
actually know what each other look like.
I know, right. Exactly. Hey, what's up, boo? Yeah, it's all love for sure. So I thank you for sharing your light and your purpose with us and actually helping other ladies to figure out like, hey, first and foremost, if you don't know what your purpose is, know that you're beautiful. Know that um what was it? Don't tell me. You are beautiful and identifying what your triggers are. When you
Mhm.
identify what your triggers are, you can really do a process of elimination to determine, okay, I like this. I got to eliminate that so I can focus on what's more important. And even reading a book.
Yep.
Reading a book will absolutely cultivate your mind and stimulate your mind in ways to help you identify what you enjoy as well. So I really love those 3 points that you stated, throughout this conversation. So I appreciate you sharing that, and I hope that others, if they don't know their purpose, after listening to this, they will discover what their purpose is.
Well, thank you, Don. Thank you for having me. I
You're
really enjoyed
welcome.
your company. This was amazing.
Likewise, likewise. We all cheesy and glowing black girl magic. And I can't wait to meet you. I just want to give you a hug. Be like, hey, long love, sis.
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready when
All
you
right.
are.
All right, for sure, for sure. We're definitely gonna link up soon again. It was a pleasure, and I will see you in the DMs. And
Yes,
actually,
ma'am.
really see you in real life. Let me in
Yes,
the
ma'am.
DMs, but in real life too.
Yes, ma'am. Indeed.
All
Now that I know,
right,
now I know what you look like. We definitely linking up sometime soon.
for sure. Well, you know what I look like. Well, the pictures could be deceiving, but no,
That's so true.
yeah, you're right. You see somebody down the street, be like, "Hey, I probably no, I ain't never seen you." They
Yeah,
pull
like
up,
who
they
are
be like,
you?
"Oh, that's you." You don't look like.
What you say you look like?
Right. But anyway, you have a wonderful night, and we'll definitely connect very soon. Okay.
All right.
All right. Peace.
Peace.